Hello, curious executives. I'm here to talk about complexity. I mean, look at this. It actually gets worse than this. Imagine a thicket when you're walking through the meadow. And complexity, our employees are dealing with complexity all the time. And what does it even mean? A lot of people think it means you get the experts together and they'll figure it out, but that's actually just complicated stuff. And really, complexity is when you even get the experts together and they still won't get it right the first time. They need to try things a few times. They might need to experiment, or they might even need to repurpose some other invention for the problem that you have at the moment. And sometimes we need a little bit of positive chaos, give people the space to actually create and so on. So when you ask people, when will this be done? I don't know. They don't know. They actually don't know what they don't know. So you're saying, let's have it all done by Christmas. And they're saying, actually, we don't know. And got a little bit of a home truth for you. We don't know is actually the correct answer. They don't know, but you're very uncomfortable listening to we don't know. So what we do is we give you some coping strategies. We use probabilistic forecasting, for example. We might say, based on how much stuff we delivered recently, based on how much stuff we're delivering, we call that throughput. Well, if we kind of run a random number generator on that, based on our backlog right now, between this size and maybe this size, we think we might have it done by maybe the end of November. 85% chance. It means a 15% chance it won't be done by the end of November. And actually, do you know what? I'll give you a better forecast next week. I've just told you I don't know, but in a very nice way. And if you think about it, when you look at the weather forecast every day, you say, oh, it's going to rain this afternoon at 4 o'clock. And then it doesn't rain this afternoon at 4 o'clock. Or maybe it does. But you know what? The forecast is wrong sometimes, a lot of the time, because it's uncertain. And actually, the weather forecast is communicated to us in probabilities, but the weather forecasters, they don't bother telling us about the exact probabilities. They just tell us simple information. But actually, it's a forecast. And when you're asking people when will it be done, the best thing they can do is give you a forecast based on the latest information. And I hope what you're going to do instead is maybe focus on how can we deliver value sooner? So how can we maybe discover what we could do sooner? Maybe we can test some of our assumptions. Maybe we can do some experiments. We can say, oh, actually, we thought we needed to do this big thing, but you know what? We just discovered from a little experiment that they love that little thing from that experiment. And so maybe we should just focus on that. So when you're asking people, when will it be done? Be kind to them, because actually they don't know. And they're probably maybe a bit nervous about telling you they don't know, and probably want to give you some confidence because you want to see a milestone on a Gantt chart. But you need to get used to uncertainty, and you need to see what problems the teams are having. You need to see how they're dealing with this mess, and you need to get involved and help. So one of the first deletions I need you to do as an executive is stop imposing deadlines on teams. Consult with the teams and see what they say, what's reasonable in terms of when something can be done. I understand there are some realistic deadlines that you might need and so on, but if you got this, we don't know. So maybe it's better to regularly forecast how we're doing. And I've had some really major deliveries, massive deliveries with really important people that you would have heard on the internet and so on, who did massive handshakes. And when I ran the forecast on it, 45% chance it would be done by the time they wanted to get done. So if you tossed a coin, heads or tails, there was a higher chance of getting heads or tails than them delivering according to their forecast. But we did deliver because we knew we were in trouble, and because we were able to say that we were in trouble, we were then able to get everybody out of our way, if you like, and prioritize this initiative so that we could actually get this work done and be more successful. So get used to uncertainty, get used to teams communicating in an uncertain way, and maybe slowly over time, maybe get comfortable with the idea that actually we don't know is okay, and we don't even have to talk about probabilistic forecasting anymore. We just look at what we did last, and then we decide what we're going to do next. Give it a go. Uncertainty. Embrace it.